Hey guys, it's Babypowder and it's Sunday, which means hey, it's time for another one of our mailbox cleanouts for our 200 run series. We are now going into week 29, and we just did sludge fin and added all those items to our sales this week. Again, if you haven't seen any of these, been doing the series where I run dungeons 200 times between two different realms, Proudmoore and Thrall, and we're trying to reach a goal of 10 million and seeing how long it takes us to reach that goal, and seeing if we do reach that goal, how much more we'll actually make after doing the list of dungeons I have listed here. Now with our dungeons listed here, you see there's also value beside it. Does not mean that we made that much with that dungeon. It just means we added that dungeon that week, and 200 runs worth of loot more to our sales, and that's how much we made that week. So we're still selling things from the previous dungeons as well. It's all about showing variety, and building up the auction house and how sales can improve. As you see, they have kind of grown as we've gotten further down the list. Some weeks it was kind of less because certain things possibly going on, but you are gonna have good weeks and bad weeks. But before we get into the review, just like to mention, if you do like this video, make sure you smash that big thumbs up. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one, and ring the little notification bell so you are alerted when the next one comes out. Also on Mondays, which tomorrow, you'll actually see one of our loot videos where we actually go over the loot for our next dungeon, which is actually going to be Gundrack. And after that, I do also have to mention to you guys, I am going to probably take a break from the series for another week. I know I took one for vacation a while back, but I'm also going to take one because the expansion is coming out this week. So going to take like a week off to at least experience that and level a character or two in the expansion. So yeah, I'm not going to post any of the stuff from Gundrack when I take it and switch it over to my actual bank tunes, and still going to do the video, but I'll wait till next Sunday before I start posting anything and then continuing on the series. So we'll be on pause for at least 1 week, and depending on how things go, may even take a second week, but I'm thinking it's only going to be one. But yeah, I have very limited time, so it's hard for me to steer away from one thing or the other. So for me to actually enjoy, try to level a tune and do something in the new expansion, it's going to be kind of hard for me to keep up with the series and do that too. So yeah, anyway, just letting you guys know, may not have anything next week, and so yeah, this will carry on after that, so we'll put the weeks on pause as well. But back to the review, let's go ahead and review what we made last week, see how we're doing, and actually then we'll get to our first bank tune and see how much we made this week. So for last week, we made 319,702 gold, as you can see right here. We have currently in 29 weeks, we've made 7,558,000 gold. So not bad, 29 weeks, putting us at only 2,441,000 gold away from our goal. And that is between just two realms, Proudmoore and Thrall. We do actually trade items if, we have a high value duplicate item. I'll possibly trade it, but low value I don't really mess with, and low value is anything that is under 20,000 gold but above 5,000. Don't even bother with stuff under 5,000 except for very specific items. But as you guys can see when I'm doing my loot videos. But anyway, majority of our gold is actually been made with transmog. 6,894,000 is made with transmog. Mostly that's what it's going to be with doing a lot of dungeons. We have implemented open world farms right here when we started doing Isle of Thunder, which actually was a bad week. But again, that was actually because of what we had. Remix started, we had the new season of Diablo started, and there was something else. Kata came. All three things came at that one time, and sales were really bad. And here it was the Plunder Storm after Mana Tomb. So that's what kind of killed us there. But other than that, I mean, sales have been pretty good. For some weeks, under 200,000, but still, other than the first couple weeks we started, our first week was really good, but a lot of that was actually materials because we did a, dungeon that was actually pretty impactful with the, materials. We kind of did that on purpose to make sure we wouldn't run out of gold to actually post our auctions. So yeah, not bad at all. and we've actually even had one at almost 1 million after Scarlet Monastery. As far as our realms and their performance, I mean, they are working together to reach that goal of 10 million, but Proudmoore is still ahead of Thrall by a little bit. They actually took the lead right there where we had that big clean out for 900 some thousand, because they had majority of the gold there. But actually Thrall was ahead before them, but they are slowly catching up because they've been ahead here recently at, you know, only about actually less than 100,000 behind Proudmoore at 3,823,000 for Proudmoore and 3,734,000 with Thrall. So we will see this week when we do our clean out whether or not Thrall will actually you know, take the lead again. Again, we're not really competing the realms against each other like we kind of have previously, but it's still kind of nice to see who's performing better. But it is kind of nice that they're kind of back and forth, because it's kind of like one realm has the other realms back when they're kind of slacking. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right to our first bank alt and see just how much gold we made. We'll go in the rotation we always go in, which is we'll check our low value bank tune, high value bank tune, then our materials on Proudmoore, and then do the exact same thing with Thrall. So first bank tune, let's go ahead and pull them up right now. We've got our low value bank tune for Proudmoore, and we do have some sales. 38,000 actually, not bad at all for our low value transmog stuff. Again, that is anything that is under 20,000, but usually above 5,000 in value. Now, of course, you see things I've actually sold for a lot less. I go off the value because I sell in multiple realms. I don't keep up with minimum buyout. It'd just be too different because every realm is different with you know, how much stuff sells for. So again, things could sell for less, but going around that value, I felt, look, we actually just sold something too. But that'll be in the next one. Anyway, as an not Isle Thunder, but actually Iron Docks item. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at, you know, we won't really look at all the really small ones, but we'll look at some of the things that actually kind of stand out, like the barbaric cloth bracelets here, which is nice because we just did sludge fin, and that comes from sludge fin. I think that may even be a white item, could be wrong there, but not bad at all. 10,482 gold, so pretty big for a low value item. Then we sold a creeper claw bow, which actually is what we just sold just now too. Comes from like Iron Docks. Could have actually came from the Wild Blue farm too, but I'm pretty sure this is Iron Docks. I don't remember seeing the creeper claw stuff out there. Grim Scale gauntlets, 3,000 gold. And then we sold 2 of the Nat Pagle books, only 1,300. They've kind of, you know, some weeks they've been really good, some weeks they've been, you know, kind of bad like this, but yeah, we still have plenty of those, so not a big deal. They're kind of low. Jade gauntlets, 2,300. Comes from like Slithus farms, some other places, even places where you can get saltstone, like, you know, they also come from what Dire Maul and things as well. Then we have Stubby Talon Blade. I'm not quite sure where Stubby came from, but 1,400 gold for that one. Eye Gouger, that's just you know, World Drop Blue, 1,000. Hero Leggings, 1,100 for that one. Ironhide Belt, 5,300 for that one, and I'm pretty sure that also comes from like Slithus and things. Possibly some of the other dungeons like LBRS or something possibly could have gotten that from. Sky King Bulwark, 2,200, almost 23. Vanguard helm for 1,000, and that's about it. But still not bad. 25 sales, 38,000, which means we're above the average of 1,000 gold per sell. Of course, that doesn't mean we made 1,000 gold per, you know, for each sell, but it means we averaged more than 1,000, so that's always good. So 38,675. We'll go ahead and put that on our sheet here. Right, and then I'll clean this out and we'll go and hop on over to our high value transmog bank tune and see if we have anything exciting over there. All right guys, so here we are now on our high value bank tune, so the one we look for exciting items. Let's see if we got any sales in here, and we do. 17 sales, only 94,135. Now that's really nice to see 94,000, but with the high value transmog bank tune, if we see 17 sales, we're hoping for a lot more than 94,000. We're hoping for maybe at least a couple 100,000. But let's go ahead and see what we sold here. So barbaric cloth belt, again, sludge fed item, at least 94 or almost 9,500. Spalders of the Scorned for 12, almost 13,000. Quite sure where that one came from. That also may be something from there. It doesn't quite sound like something from Sludgefin though. The mummified paws, sold a bunch of those, 950 in Twitter edge stiletto. This stuff I've actually got in an inflated group. And I did have it in a group where I was only posting at a max of like 5,000 gold. The stuff wasn't moving. This comes from what is it, when we were doing Track There and Keep, and we're probably going to possibly have some more from doing, you know, Gundrak. We just did that as well. And yeah, it wasn't moving at only posting at a max of 5,000. So I dropped it down into my 1,000 gold group. And you see it sold at the max of the 1,000. They're overinflated. They're, you know, they should come up as a value of like 500,000. They're definitely not valued at that. So yeah, it's just nice to get them out of our inventory and get something more than the vendor gave us. Primordial blood-soaked items. Oh, sold a bunch of these. These are actually from Isle Thunder. So we sold the greaves, the pauldrons, the gauntlets, and the breastplates. Somebody was possibly building a set here. So not bad at all. 15,000 for the greaves. The pauldrons we got 11,000. 7,000 for the gauntlets, and for the breastplate, kind of odd breastplate sold for less than everything else, but almost 5,000 gold for that one. Segmenting broad axe, sold 3 of those, 712 gold. Similar situation as these down here, and they also dropped from you know, Wrath. So yeah, overvalued stuff, and I dropped them down into that 1,000, you know, gold group, and they finally sold. Grizzly slippers actually does come from Sludgefin, so ours actually seeing a lot of sales from Sludgefin. 4,700 there. Tarnished Fanatics pauldrons, you know, 14, almost 15,000 for those, and Glorious breastplate for over 6,000 for that one. Which Glorious breastplate is not as valuable as the actual legs, so that's okay. But yeah, not bad for what we actually sold. Some of these items, yeah, it kind of makes sense now that I'm seeing all the inflated pieces sell. That's why our number's so high. So really not bad at all. And it's still amazing that we have so many of these Isle Thunder items to sell. And that's what's so great about that farm, because it's been so long since we've done that, and nothing else that we've done has actually given us any of this stuff to replace any of these items. So it's really nice that we're still getting a lot of sales on those items, and that's why I love that farm so much. You can do it for such a little bit of time and get so many items, and they sell, you know, consistently and rather quickly as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and add that to our list, or our sheet, chart, whatever you want to call it. 94,135. All right, and then we'll clean that out, and it's not looking bad. We're already up over 130,000, so as long as we can make about 70,000, we're going to be good, because our main goal is to reach for at least 200,000, even though we don't even need that to reach our goal now. But we still like to see that at least every week. But of course, making more than that, it's even better. We do have one more for Proudmoore, and that is our materials bank alt. We'll check that real quick. I don't think there's going to be much on there. All right, guys, so here now on our materials bank alt for Proudmoore, and like I said, it's probably not going to be much, and it's not. We got 25 gold. So yes, just those small gems that we got from doing Sludgefin. We got Lesser Moon Stone. We got 8 silver. There's only one of them though. Tiger's Eye, we sold 3 of those. We did actually get 4 gold for that. Shadow Gem, we had 8 of those, 5 gold, and Moss Gate, or Edgate, whatever, how you want to say it, 14 gold for just one of those. So actually not bad if you get a bunch of those, but yeah, it's just random how you get those. So anyway, we'll add that in. 25 big gold, big giant clean out. But again, this you know, whole thing is not focused on materials really. Now we may actually have a decent clean out with the materials when we switch over to Thrall, because they did actually still have like 5 modules left or something. So if we sold any of those, then maybe we'll have some over there. All right, so over here on Thrall now with our low value transmog tomb, let's see if they can at least be equivalent, or you know, somewhat there as Proudmoore was, and actually rather low. Unfortunately, only 12,644 gold So that's kind of rough. We do only have 12 cells, so that means we made like right at the about, you know, the 1,000 gold per cell average. Looks like we only have two pretty decent cells here though. Sky Shaper staff here for 4,000 and a skettish broad axe for about 4,000. So yeah, everything else was kind of low, and we just didn't really have too many cells, unfortunately. So that's kind of rough. Hopefully it won't reflect the same with the high value transmog tune, because we are still looking at now making about 55,000 maybe in order to reach 200,000. Really be nice to at least get 200,000. So yeah, fortunately this tune is going to be quite brief because it's not really too much to go over here. Yeah, just two cells that kind of stand out. Other than that, it's just really low stuff. So yeah, we'll clean that out. We'll keep moving. All right, guys. So on Thrall on our high value bank tune, hoping for something exciting here because the low value transmog tune was kind of disheartening. So hoping this can give us the push we need. Let's take a look. And we got 10 cells, 225,428 gold. So yes, a lot better. That makes up for the loss of the low value transmog. Actually, that's better than you know, everything from Proudmoore. So really good there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. We sold a troll protector. Okay, finally sold one of those. Only 9,000 gold, but still nice to see that go. We got that from doing Zul'Farrak. And it was just one of those blue items. We got like a ton of those Zul'Farrak, so it's nice to see one of them go. Recipe for the Thistle Tea, only 1,400. We definitely got more than that, but we've had so many of those. We just get those from the lock boxes randomly as we open them. Glorious Leg Plates actually sold 23,000. You know, not necessarily the best. They used to be valued at like, they're normally valued at like 100,000, but actually, I mean, I've actually seen that they've usually gone for, you know, this or even less than this sometimes on Proudmoore and Thrall in the past. So yeah, not bad. 23,000, we'll take it. Death Blow. So Death Blow, 83, almost 84,000 gold. How much was it before the auction house cut? Let's see, 88,000. So it took about 5,000 gold in the auction house cut. It's rough. Anyway, that is one of the Sunken Temple blues that we got. So very nice there to finally sell one of those items. Slag Hammer that actually came from was it RFK? Right? RFK or RFD? RFK, I'm almost certain. That's RFK. Slag Hammer. 9,000 gold for that one. Defias Mage Staff. So we actually sold something from our 100 runs of doing Dead Mines. Only 7,600, but still, you know, finally selling one of those items. Really nice to see that. Stealth Blades. We actually sold the Stealth Blade that we got from doing Sunken Temple as well. Almost 75,000, just under it. And actually before the auction house cut, it's 78,000 as well. So it is actually above that amount. So not bad. Nice to see two of those blues from the same dungeon actually sell. And then Incise Great Sword, only 3,800 for that one. That's actually one of those Iron Docks items. Bow of the Saren Arrows, nice to see that. I don't know if I've ever even really seen one of those. It's definitely, you know, more valuable than this 8,500, but it's one of those world drop epics that they like sit on forever, kind of like the fiery war axe thing. It's like I almost never see them sell, so I'm just glad to see it, you know, go. Lydia's Sharpened Swordbreaker. Kind of sad to see that one only sell for about 3,000. It's a Wrath Blue, but it seems like they don't come by too often. So I would have liked to have actually seen more from that. And it's actually not a bad looking mock. So kind of surprised that it only sold for that, but it is what it is. Very excited to see the Stealth Blade and the Death Blow sell for that amount. Although they're actually way more valuable than that, of course. But like I mentioned all the time, if you can get like half the value, sometimes even quarter of the value, or a third of the value, it's really not too bad. But definitely getting at least half the value is a good sell, and it's just, you know, tremendous if you can actually get the value, but it doesn't happen often when you're on a high pop realm. But yeah, let's go ahead and add that in up here. 225,000. Man, they've really been doing well on the high value side of transmog, I believe, with Thrall here for the past few weeks. Actually, they've kind of been the ones racking it in. It was the other way around. around there for a while, but now it seems like Thrall is actually doing it. So let's go ahead and clean that out. We do still have one more tune to check. All right, guys, so we're on our very last bank alt. It's our materials bank alt for Thrall, and let's see what we got. So we do actually have some nice sales. 9 sales, 59,455 gold, which actually would mean we actually probably did better with the sales of the modules than Proudmoore did last week, seeing that last week our materials total was 55,121. So not bad, and they actually sold 5 as well, so it means we must have gotten a little bit more from these modules. Let's see what we did sell though. We did actually have 4 of those Mossage 8s or A-gates, whatever you call them, and we actually got 60 gold for those, so a little bit better with that. Tiger's Eye, 3 of those, 2 gold. Lesser Moonstone, 5 silver sold for less over this time over here. Shadow Gems, 1 gold, and then our 5 modules, we sold all 5 of them. Really nice. 11,878 gold for all 5 of them. Probably the same person who bought all of them, and they actually sold for 12,500. But yeah, not bad. 59,455 gold. So sometimes we do make some gold with materials, and this is not necessarily a material, these modules, but I feel like it's used to, you know, make something or do something. So that's why I put on. I don't think it really classifies as MOG, so there's no point in mixing them with MOG too. So that's why it gets sent over there, but it doesn't go to the auction block, so everything sells differently for these modules. But anyway, not bad at all. 59,455 gold. Go ahead and clean that out, and we'll pull our sheet back up and see how we did. All right, guys, so Proudmoore started off pretty good with the low value transmog, and then actually having a decent value with high value transmog as well. And then we were kind of upset because we kind of had a low amount with Thrall here at 12,000, but then they came back with the high value bank alt and making over 200,000 alone, bringing us to a total with our transmog sales this week at 370,882 gold. So almost 400,000, really nice there. And then, of course, we didn't have much with Proudmoore because they didn't have any more modules left with only 25 gold this week. But then Thrall actually finally sold all of their modules, giving us 59,455 gold, giving us a total of 59,480 gold for the week for materials, which is actually more than we made in materials last week, which is really nice. This is now putting us at 7,265,000 for transmog total that we've made in 29 weeks, and 723,000 in materials so far. Again, that's not much at all, but it's just a little something extra adding to our, you know, grand total. So that means we did also make more this week than we did last week, at making 430,362 gold versus 319,000 last week. We are now almost just right below 8 million gold. Been nice if we could have at least went over that next step of reaching over 8 million, but hopefully by our next clean out we'll be there. 7,988,000 is our total we've made now for 29 weeks, putting us at a little more than 2 million gold to make before we reach our goal, which we still have a ton of dungeons and farms and stuff to finish. We have actually already finished Gundrak. I was actually working on Maradon last night. We only got 20 runs done last night because it kind of got started late, but yeah, we're also going to be putting that on hold right now because of the expansion. I'm going to take a week off to do that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and add in our total here now, 430,362. And again, just like that, I mean, you did see we did actually have some sales from Sludgefin, which is great when we actually have sales from the dungeon or the farm that we just did, but that's not always the case. A lot of the sales too, you saw, I mean, we had some some of our big sales were actually from what was it, Sunken Temple, which was way up here. So yeah, we're still getting sales from, you know, our previous farms and dungeons and everything else. But anyway, guys, just don't forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you did like this clean out, so that way you can catch the next one, which, like I said, will be delayed by a week, but also that way you'll catch tomorrow's loot video when that comes out, because we will actually be having the loot video still come out tomorrow for Gundrak, even though we will be putting the, you know, farms and everything on pause for at least a week after that. But I will still have that come out tomorrow. And also, guys, don't forget, if you do like these cleanouts and you like this whole concept that I'm doing, just make sure you smash that big thumbs up. Lets me know that you guys are liking what I'm doing here. And yeah, oh, real quick too, before I go, I did mention, I've talked about it on stream, which, again, there is links down below too if you want to join us on stream and see me do this stuff live. But I would like to mention you guys too, if you want to leave some comments down below to let me know what you think. But I am thinking of getting rid of Legion Hold. I am also thinking about getting rid of the Vault of Earth farm and replacing those with some of those re-entered white item farms, and actually doing those for 10 hours instead of doing Legion Hold and Vault of Earth. Vault of Earth is great. It will give us a chance at like the top hat pattern and things like that, and some of those Cata blues, kind of like what we got from the other farm. But those items don't really sell as fast as some of the other items that we get. It is still great to have. You still want to have multiple different items for variety from different expansions, everything like that. But still, taking that into account, we do still also have one other Cata dungeon farm to do. I'm just thinking that would be the best one to replace outside of, I still kind of want to keep Deathless. It's a great solo farm. And then our other one that we could possibly replace for those farms would be like Saltstone, but Saltstone is so great. There's no reason to actually replace that one. And then Islands, I really don't want to replace either, which actually I was just working on getting my characters ready to actually be able to receive extra doubloons when we do the islands. So let me know what you guys think about adding that in, because of course that's some great variety. I've been seeing on my other realms that I've actually been having real good success selling those white items and things that have been reintroduced to the game. So I think it'll be great for this as well. The only thing is trying to figure out how to establish that, because it's like multiple farms and certain zones to actually give us those items. So anyway, if you have any ideas of how to implement that or anything, I'd love to hear it, what you guys think about adding those farms instead of Legion Hold and Volatile Earth. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, guys.